Hey guys, Praveen here. This is a rare view of what's inside a burial mound which was built about 1500 years ago. We are inside the museum in Kolomoki Mounds, Georgia, and you can see the skeletons of ancient mound builders. And let me show you the outside of the museum so you can understand what's going on here. This is the mound from the outside, and the building museum has a part of it. They excavated the mound, and we are actually looking at the inside of an ancient mound. Here you can see the layout of how a mound looks. A deep ditch in the center and the skeletons of mound builders in different places. You can see one skeleton here, a skull there, another skeleton here, and another skull there. I'll explain the skulls without bodies in a minute, but my first reaction after seeing this was to immediately go to the front desk and I asked them if they are the original skeletons. If they are, we can find the measurements and finally confirm that the mound builders were giants who stood over 7 feet tall. But guess what? All the original mound builder skeletons have been taken to the Smithsonian Institution, and what we see are just models, not built to scale. So the mound is real. We are actually looking into a 1500-year-old mound. The rocks, the dirt, everything is real except the skeletons. For some strange reason, they've chosen to take the skeletons to Washington, D.C., which seems to be the repository for all mound builder skeletons. It is disappointing to learn that, but in my visit to over dozens of mounds in different states, this is the only museum that offers a look inside a mound. Now, inside the ditch in the center, you can see one skeleton. You can only see a very small portion of it, and the legs are not even shown, as though they are still in the dirt. He was the giant leader who passed away, and this is why this burial mound was built. But you may ask, if it was built solely for burying the leader, what about the other skeletons and skulls? Human sacrifice. The rest of the bodies were all killed and buried along with the giant. I'm not making this up. These are official signs that say, as a ceremony, 2 women were strangulated. The skulls belong to the strangulated women. Let's read the archaeologist's report here. Sears described a burial in Mound D that contained 5 males and 2 females. He believed 7 people were retainers to the chief or spiritual leader. So the skulls belong to the females and the complete skeletons belong to the men who were sacrificed for the giant. Here it says their sacrifice at the burial of the paramount individual implies that they stood in a socially and ritually subservient position to the paramount individual in the society which constructed Mound D. William Sears, 1956. He used the word paramount twice to describe the giant leader, which etymologically means one who stood tall. This is probably how the scene looked. Led by a new priest chief, the people formed a procession bearing the deceased leader on a log litter. 2 females, perhaps his wives, followed, prepared to sacrifice their lives. Other males for sacrifice walked behind them, leading people carrying vessels, bones, heads, and ashes. This is also the first time I've seen official signs that explicitly mention human sacrifice, and you won't find this anywhere in history books. This is what separates the giant mound builders from other Native American tribes. Throughout the history of Native American tribes, they helped each other when in drought, when in need. But the mound builders not only looked different, but they acted differently. They practiced human sacrifice, cannibalism, and took other tribes as slaves. This is why many authors think they are Nephilim or fallen angels, because they did evil things. They were feared by other tribes and were a dominant force that built these huge mounds. This view also gives us a good understanding of how the mounds are built. Most people think that mounds are just a pile of dirt, but you can see an arrangement of rocks all over the mound. The rocks were carefully placed along with clay to make it last forever. Understand, if the mounds were just built from dirt, they would have been washed off by now and won't last for centuries. The rocks excavated from the mound are stacked outside, and there are still burn marks on all of them. These burnt rocks is also a common feature and is found in mounds of Illinois and Ohio, confirming that it was the same people who built these mounds. Please do subscribe for updates. Thank you for watching, and talk to you soon.